Hello, my friends. So, if today's date, June the 10th, is your birth date, this is a reading for you for this year. This is a 3 card pull, a general energy card for the year, a challenge you might face this year, and an action to take to keep yourself in balance. So, the general energy card of the year is the box. Um, this is all about the conformities that we do in order to be in societies, in civilizations, in even our families, in our bodies, how much we enclose ourselves to protect ourselves and to be involved with all kinds of places that might hold judgment about us. So we put a lot of our pain inside of a box. We put a lot of our truth inside of a box. We put a lot of our freedom inside of a box. We don't allow ourselves to step out, to enjoy in big ways, to adventure for our soul, to break away from our family routine, to do something for ourselves, to break away from our culture and do something that feels interesting and good and right that might be attached to another culture. We put ourselves in all kinds of uh, restrictions and structures and boxes. We box ourselves in, and we don't let ourselves live very well, very easily, very truthfully, because most of us don't want to conform as much as we do. Most of us want to have some life of pleasure and joy and touching sensations and dancing outside of the lines and living with some freedom to explore for ourselves what is right and wrong, what is truth, what is not truth, what is love versus what is hate, ignorance versus what is enlightenment. So all of these things, what we don't know is outside of our box. What we don't understand is outside of our box. What we know and where we live may not be comfortable, but we put it in a box and we understand that box. And it's hard to change old dynamics that have created our box of survival. And it's really a box of survival. So, this is a year about looking at your thoughts about survival and your understandings of what kind of box you have placed yourself in, and is it worth keeping that kind of box if you give up so much of yourself, and can you step out of the box in even small ways just to break up the restrictions of your soul that are being felt. So it's an interesting time to look in the box. At the same token, sometimes you need to put things in the box that need to have some space, some quiet, some privacy, some understanding before they can be pulled out again to look at them. So there are good points to box and challenging points to the box. But this card, in this essence, is looking at all your senses of the box and when is appropriate to use them and when is appropriate to break away from them. So what is your challenge this year? Well, to understand your box and to grok your box as it is. Uh, there needs to be peace, there needs to be quiet, there needs to be contemplation, there needs to be the hermitage where the crone or the hermit gets away from all the psychic noise of the day, gets away from all the babble of the others around, gets away from the cement so one can touch one's true nature, whatever that means, amongst cement or just deep in meditation, in the forest, out in the desert, whatever gives you a place of hermitage where you are not involved with the outside world and it's pretty darn quiet and restricted and shut off. So that's your challenge, to allow yourself to be in your quiet place enough to hear your truth, to allow your truth, and to feel like your truth has a right to be there. So this is about, are you going to allow some deep truth this year to let you emerge, to let you first be quiet so you can hear those truths, and then to bring them out to the light of day so that you can dance with them a little more, a little more authentically to your soul, a little more karmically to your healing, a little more spiritually to touching of many things that need to be touched that are outside your box. We don't learn compassion until we travel. We don't learn compassion until we understand what another culture or family or lifestyle or country lives through. We don't learn compassion until we can release some of our boxes and let others in and see others in a new light, to go out looking and to let others in to look. So we have to open up many of our old boxes. We cannot survive if we keep cutting ourselves off and cutting others off from us. So that's our challenge. That's your challenge. If you can allow yourself to dive deeply, at least, into this year, to look for what are the challenging boxes you have, what are the challenging beliefs that restrict you right now, that you put yourself in a box around, and can you loosen them up or let go of them completely? And is it the right time, and is it the right place, and are those boxes really keeping you very safe? But probably. But are they giving you life and freedom and adventure and the touch of your soul? Probably not in a lot of ways. We're built like that. So what do you have to do to be positive this year? Well, gentle. The deer is all about that sense of gentleness with self, treading lightly, uh, skirting away from danger, being very aware but very loving. The deer are just a very beautiful sense of family and community and care and love and nurturance and softness and gentleness. And you have to be that with yourself. You have to be that with yourself. You can't hold yourself. I mean, if you have a lot of boxes, I've always had a lot of boxes I've had to heal. But you can't beat them out of you. You have to be gentle to yourself. You have to open to them lovingly and slowly. You have to take some little forays, some little steps to find your freedom again, to find your adventure again. But you have to do that with love and not harshness for yourself or harshness for others who might want to still control you and not let you break free from the box. Because if you break free from the box, then they're stuck in their misery, and they want you with them, stuck in their misery. I mean, that misery loves company. So it's hard to separate from those who want the misery of their belief systems and find something that's freeing for ourselves. But you have to be gentle with yourself and gentle with others this year, because maybe they're not ready to change, but maybe you are. And with that comes life, change, creativity, beauty, love, depth, compassion, humanitarianism, profound connection. Ahom Mitakuya Simple Sabi.